Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. We are in a countdown to 2023. I'm very, very glad to see you back at 2022. A bit trepidation 2023. I mean, like, not much has happened this year because, I mean, lots of things have happened. But everything by which we evaluate and understand reality has been lying to us and told us nothing happened, right? So it seemed to be a really weird year. I thought that, the dam would break this year. If not this year, I'm thinking maybe 2023, and I think we're in for a lot of misery. I think we're in for like a probably economic collapse. Put on the bright side, Doctor Who looks like it'll be quite good. So, swings and roundabouts, assuming, the economic collapse isn't so great, they can't make TV anymore, and we're living in the Stone Age. But you know what? Even if that happens, I think if we have a little look back over the last 6 months about how we got there in the dying moments of 2022, we'll go, okay, so we got bang rocks together now to make fire. Other than that, it sounds like it's okay, right? Sounds like okay. So like, share, subscribe, all those things are very good. Thank you very much. Again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me in this countdown to 2023. Again, this is the second part of this video presentation. Honestly, this is actually the fourth part, really, because on my live streams, I've been doing much more in-depth reviews of 2022 by pulling out all my, I think the most important thumbnails from my channel over the past year, which has been well over 2 hours of deep dive. So I'm doing something similar right now by going over all the SFX magazine covers and the Doctor Who magazine covers for 2022. Yeah, we're seeing what's on them, and being able to take the pulse of culture, of the time. That's really the plan. And again, if 2022 is the last year that we have any form of civilization, I think if we watch back this video, assuming we have ability to do that, we'll go, well, that was fair. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are good. Sign up my Substack, my email newsletter. Sign up to my paid Substack. Basically the same thing. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I really do intend to start putting things on my paid Substack because I want to really start plugging that to get people to sign up for it. I don't have any time, mate, right? I don't have any time. I got a job, I got this, I have a life. I don't have any more time. But there's so much. If I could get an extra 20 hours in a day or clone myself, man, I will be putting out great stuff. Maybe 2023 will get a really good AI comic art suite, right? Where you can pick the artists that you like, right? And you can really make your pages, because if I can do that, boy, can I knock out content, right? Can I knock out a lot of content? And that's exactly what I'm doing. So fine, eyes down looking. Let's have a look at the last 6 months of this unbelievable year. You want to see the first 6 months? In the video notes is the link to part 1 of this video, which was earlier this evening. For me, I'm in bed, mate. I'm in bed. For me, it's the midnight, 2 in the morning. I normally go to bed before midnight on New Year's, even for my, even in my local time. I don't really give a shit, mate. Right? I don't really give a shit. That's essentially where I am with it. Other than I wonder what next year will bring. Fine, but let's look at what 2022 brings. Boink, and we're up to July. This is the July SFX, and boy, are we deep in 2022 here. A show which wasn't so bad. A show which I quite enjoyed. A show which I was into. I came back and I didn't watch it, right? Why didn't I watch it? Because of 2022. Now, The Umbrella Academy was genuinely a great show. The only time it was really bad is when, I can't say the name of the person in the first 2 seasons. The person related to them is Elliot Page. Whenever they came on, they were okay in the first season. The second season, it died a death whenever they're on screen. And this third season, I'm not watching because social media giants want to tell us that gender is fluid and anybody who makes a transition is completely mentally healthy, and there's nothing weird about it whatsoever. And that might be the case, right? That might be the case. It might also be an expression of deep mental ill health, which I don't know. I mean, here, look, let's zoom in on at this cover at Elliot Page. It makes me uncomfortable, not because not because they changed their gender, right? I mean, well, not necessarily. Oh my God, it's one way of looking at it. And what makes me uncomfortable is that I think that we live in a society where mental ill health is completely allowed, right? Is completely okay, as things that are very obvious expressions of mental ill health, like surgically altering yourself in sexual manners and then showing off those pictures. It makes me feel bad, right? So I was out at this point, right? I was out. I do think that this might be self-mutilation, right, or an expression of deep mental ill health, and it upset me to see it, right? It really genuinely upset me. Now I might be wrong. Elliot Page may be absolutely correct that they're a bloke, and they've always been a bloke, right? That might indeed be the case, right? Well, okay. We're talking about beliefs, right? We're talking about what one generally believes. I'm telling you what I believe and what concerns me. But in general, I love this show, right? I freaking loved it. I think what's his name? The guy on the end in the hat with the junkie was excellent in it. I like the guy with the umbrella. I like everything I liked about it, other than Elliot Page, who was an energy suck in the second season. But here it was just like, I'm not even dipping my toes in. I don't want to know, right? I don't want to know. 50 years of Pride, really? 50 years of Pride? I was under the impression there'd been no, like, up until 2018, that if you're gay, you were put into a concentration camp, right? There's been 50 years of it. Celebrating across sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. And it was very, very tenuous characters they put in as well. But again, this was July. Was it Gay Awareness Month? I don't know. How can you be more aware? How can any human being be more aware of being gay? I don't know. We're aware. I'm aware of it, okay? Are you aware? No, I'm aware. I am aware. So, Umbrella Academy Season 3, I don't know, might be good, never saw it. Queer for Fear, Brian Fuller's new horror documentary. See, it kills me. Brian Fuller, really genuinely talented TV show maker, right? Really genuinely talented, real insights, has done great things, like... I like Hannibal. His take on Hannibal was great. Would have loved to have seen his version of Star Trek before he got knifed by, not literally, taken out in a night along knives by Alex Kurtzman. And now he's just boiled down to being gay. And not even gay, he's queer, right? Oh, God. Star Trek, USS Enterprise crew beamed down. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Probably interviewing the Strange New Worlds crew. Young Avengers, the Marvel love story. I don't care. Lazarus Project. If you could turn back time, nobody would still watch it, right? I've never heard of it. Plus, Horus Heresy. No idea. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Unwatchable garbage. Oh, God. I hated Baby Leia. Oh, and they thought we would love her. I hated Baby Princess Leia. God, what a precocious moron brat that nearly got them killed over and over again. I really wanted to see her killed by the other Mary Sue in it, Reva, right? I really wanted to see them killed, but never mind. Brian and Charles don't know what that is. Halo was a good game, terrible TV show. Minions, why? Just why more Minions? Why? Well, by the way, I do want to interject that to get the timing right on this, I may interject, insert like little skits and stuff like that to have it fill out. So by the time we get to the countdown, we are bang on. 0 will be 2023.
Will Doctor Who skate this time? Buy Wool's new shape Skyray with double flavors of raspberry and orange. And you get a free color picture card, one of a series showing Doctor Who and the Space Raiders battling with Daleks. Free when you buy Wool's new shape Skyray. Only 6 months.
Fine, so that was SFX for July. Let's see what's going on Doctor Who for July. A lot better, right? A lot better. Things were looking up in the world of Doctor Who way before, and they're not looking up in the world of anything else. Shooty Gatwa, look, Shooty, mate, Shooty. I know you've worked very hard on those abs, that chest. Can you put it away for a few minutes, really? Put it away. We don't need it. Other than that, I'm so on board for your doctor. You know, I was so surprised I had Mega Geek on here. I was like, I think he's got so much charisma. I really do. I see Shooty and Millie together. I see so much charisma, right? He's like, nah, I don't see it. I hope he does. Again, we're going to find out soon enough. So this issue took them by surprise somewhat because it was supposed to be all on the Doctor Who movies from the 60s, the Peter Cushing movies, but the news of Shooty Gatwa had dropped and they needed to announce it, right? They needed to get an interview and bring it in. It had to be the headline, right? It had to be the front cover. But we didn't get Shooty Gatwa as the Doctor. We got Who is Shooty Gatwa? Did we get Shooty Gatwa is the Doctor one beforehand? I don't think we did. I think this is his first cover. I'm so glad I worked out how to pronounce his name now. Right? No, yeah, this is definitely his first cover. Right? See, yeah, because he's wearing what he wore on the publicity of the announcement. It took a hell of a time planning. Everything is so much better with Rusty Davies in charge, right? I love this open communication and interaction with the fan base, right? It connects us. It connects us as a fan base, and it connects us to the production and makes us want to support it. It's a very good idea. It's the essence of marketing, right? And so he has a whole story about how they planned the announcement. Yeah, very good, very good. Rusty Davies on the secret operation to launch a new Doctor. Who is Shooty Gatwa? Well, we find out. Honestly, I still haven't seen him in anything. I am looking forward to. He's going to have a great year next year. He's in that Barbie movie, which might be one of the few movies that actually make money. I don't know. There was that Babylon just came out, and that has tanked. Apparently, it's got Margot Robbie in it. Although, I can't remember if I said it in this video or I think it was the last video I just made. I watched Suicide Squad last night. Freaking excellent, mate. Absolutely excellent. She was great in that. Who is Shooty Gatwa? But this issue was supposed to be all about the Cushing movie. So we got a very good Peter Cushing Doctor Who comic strip this week. And then we remember it's 22. We see Ruth Madeley is the new companion of the Sixth Doctor. Ruth Madeley, we probably first got to know her in, what was it, Years and Years, I think she was in? Yeah, Years and Years. Which I think was Rusty Davies' weakest thing I've seen him do. And she was very good in that. She's in a wheelchair, and so she plays this character Hebe on the Sixth Doctor range of Big Finish. Now, the Sixth Doctor range of Big Finish is, I think, probably the worst of the classic ranges right now. It's the most woke, right? And again, I always define it, right? I always define the word woke when I use it. It's the platforming of a number of agendas on an existent successful on a franchise with an existing successful fan base. And look, Colin Baker's pretty darn woke, you know. They're all woke. All actors are woke lovers, apart from Lawrence Fox. They're all wokey lovers, right? And boy, they're also inclusive until one person speaks differently. Then it's open outward hatred, right? So yeah, Colin Baker is a woke lovey actor. Absolutely. Yes, we know, right? I am, and so he likes all these woke things. So I'm not opposed to there being a wheelchair-bound companion. could be a great. I think actually could be a very, very good idea, right? But doing it on audio is almost impossible to make it about anything other than being a wheelchair-bound companion. Why Ruth Madeley worked as a character in Years and Years, because she was a great character who happened to be in a wheelchair, right? That wasn't the definition of her character, right? And you were really into that character, and you liked that character succeeding, and you rooted for that character, right? So yeah, she was good in that, right? She really put out. She's going to be in the 6th anniversary. My guess is playing somebody working with unit. She looks kind of like somewhat pissed off there. But again, on audio, she's a marine biologist on a deep sea platform who in a wheelchair, and she can't. And it's just she's mad about everything, and it just doesn't work, mate. It just doesn't work on audio. I'm sorry. I wish it did, but it did. It just didn't. Win the season 22 box set. That'll be a good thing to win. So yeah, it was down. So now we see pushed down to the bottom. Everything that was supposed to be the headline of this issue. Gordon Fleming, the director of both the movies, I think. Jill Curzon, also in the movies. Anthony Way, I guess in the movies. Restoring the Dalek movies. That was a good feature. Yeah, but still at this time, finding good features were few and far between. So there we go, July. So let's move on to August of SFX. August. So I never saw Prey, but I always thought it'd be quite good, and people quite liked it, right? People were quite on board for Prey. I got Disney Plus because I'm married and have daughters, and that just means you got to have Disney Plus. But yeah, people were like, "Oh, it's going to be awful." I thought it was quite an interesting take on it to start with. It's a stunning and brave little girl, but still, I think that was more credible than most of the other things we've seen. But yeah, Prey. If you saw it, was it any good? I didn't bother seeing it. That it's not that it's not woke. It's not that it didn't entice me to view it. Right, but let's look and see what else on the cover. She-Hulk. It's not easy being green. The normies loved She-Hulk, right? They didn't get it was just pure cultural vandalism. But the normies thought, it's just a funny show, right? A funny show based around the moment. If there was a functional MCU and it wasn't the MCU, yeah, they would have had a point. It would have been fine. But there isn't a functioning MCU. Everything is about stunning and brave lesbians. Everybody loves a bit of stunning and brave lesbians. That's the most important thing in the world, to have stunning and brave women and lesbians, right? It's the show wasn't very good, bottom line, and it just took a shit on the MCU. But as they spend their lives taking a shit on the MCU, what's really the difference? Okay, nope. Jordan Peele's new UFO horror. I'm just not going to watch it, because I think I saw his Twilight Zone. And why I think Jordan Peele is exactly the sort of filmmaker that should be given funds. I think he's being given funds for all the wrong reasons, right? I think he's benefiting a lot from the tokenism that is replete in Hollywood today. Like he's very, very benefiting from tokenism. So yeah. And I don't think there's much quality control on the movies, because he's black and he's going to do movies about black people, and that's really all they care about. Doctor Who and the Daleks, Peter Cushing's classic 6 movies regenerate. Yes, that 4K version of it was freaking gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous transfer. It's the Thals look super duper gay, and actually you get to see the Daleks are like angry children. They're so different in Doctor Who and the Daleks, right? And Dalek Invasion of Earth so much better on TV than the movie version. But still, I love these ones. I love Peter Cushing. Resident Evil, the zombie game, gets a live action series. I didn't even remember it. Yeah, why would I watch it? It's probably unwatchable garbage. Midwich Cookers, I got that on my to watch list. Looks quite interesting. I should really give that a go. Neil Gaiman, The Sandman, Neil Gaiman comic book masterpiece awakens. Yeah. That was when Neil Gaiman held up a black woman and said, "See her? I think she's totally white." I went, "No, mate, no, you don't, Neil." "Yes, I do. I think she's totally white. She is totally." I'm talking about the person who played Death, right? I see no difference between her and Death. "Well, did you notice she's black?" "No, I don't notice skin colour except when I picked her to play Death." "Yes, you do, mate. Yes, you do." What's going on with Neil Gaiman is this. Neil Gaiman is a cuck. Neil Gaiman was in an open marriage and he thought, "Oh, this will be good. I get to sleep around." But then his wife slept around as well. Nobody likes their wife sleeping around, even if they're sleeping around, right? So that makes you bonkers. That makes you mentally ill. And then you adopt insanity to help make that work inside your addled brain, right? So no, it didn't work. And that's why he's taken on all these like super duper ridiculous woke ideas. Like this black woman looks like a white woman. No, she doesn't. Okay. Plus, The Boys. Did season 3 come out around that time? I think it maybe did. DC's League of Super Pets. I never saw it, but I did quite like the idea. Doctor Who was garbage. Luck. Don't remember it. Paper Girls. They love Paper Girls. Right? Paper Girls is something that all the lovies, all the reviewers adore. Batman, if you're talking about Batman, what's it called again? The Batman, don't bother. What We Do in the Shadows, finally something that's quite good. Firstly, this is what I was introduced to. No, I can't remember his name. Toast of London, whatever his name is. But you haven't seen What We Do in the Shadows. It's a full documentary about vampires, which is very funny, right? Very, very, very funny. I like it a lot. It also came from a movie, Taika Waititi, back before he was a awful woke piece of shit, who made terrible movies, right? Way back then, remember that? Jurassic World, do you remember Jurassic World? No, nobody does, nobody cares. 2000 AD, a bunch of sci-fi comic strips about girls mainly, and cucking Judge Dredd. Highlander, there can be only one! Except with Highlander, then there's going to be limitless reboots and remakes. Wasn't Henry Cavill supposed to be that as well? I don't know. And English Rose sounds like a prostitute to me. But okay, very good English Rose. 5, so that's August in SFX.
From outer space, the famous TARDIS brings Time Lord, Doctor Who, and the amazing Leela, ready to do battle against their mighty enemies, the fearful Cyberman, the giant robot, and one of the deadly Daleks. Whilst Leela covers him, the Doctor reaches the TARDIS in time and disappears to escape from the Dalek. Doctor Who, Leela, the fearful inhabitants of outer space, and the TARDIS. From Dennis Fisher. Fantastic.
God, there was not a good August, was it? Let's have a look at August in Doctor Who magazine. Look who's back! Yes! Man, did we get a 1-2 punch of cool stuff going on, right? We got first we got David Tennant, Catherine Tay, Ncuti Gatwa, and then they snuck in Yasmin Finney, who also is quite good at sneaking things in, or shall I say, tucking things in themselves. So, but you know, the way they rolled out those announcements was absolutely brilliant, right? It was a marketing masterclass. Absolutely fantastic. So 5, so we're on to Jodie Whittaker's final comic strip, also the final one for Russ Leach. I'm sorry, Russ, mate. I really hope they would keep you on, right? I would really hope they keep you on. Officer material, Robert Sidaway interview. Yeah, this was really indicative of the dying days of the Whittaker era. Interviews with people that you just didn't know or care about, right? It's like, okay. Sense of Sensibilities, Doctor Who at the BBFC. Okay, Verity Lambert, tributes to a pioneer. Plus Deceit, that was the New Adventures novel, maybe? Is that what we're talking about? New Adventures? Could be, I guess. Time Lash. Time Lash is pretty bad. Okay, Time Lash is I mean, even with the new special effect, it's pretty bad. Even with Paul Darrow, it's pretty bad. There's not much good about Time Dash. Redacted, what a piece of shit that was. I hope that gets redacted from the universe. I reviewed it for about 2 or 3 episodes, and then I got a community strike for talking about it. So I'm like, fuck you, I'm not talking about you again, you cunt. Not that any of them had one. Together again, but how? The inside story. Well, we don't really find out how. And also we see the target range, target novel range going on. Now, this is the second batch of titles from them, right? And we see it's got the Jodie logo on them. I am really intrigued to know if that Jodie... I'd love to see the sales data. Know if the Jodie logo hurt them in any way. I mean, it seems probable that it would, right? Right? I mean, I don't know. It seems like normative and probable that it would. Fine. So that will... What are we up? That's August, right? I believe that's August. What are we up to? That was August, fine. So now we're moving on to September. September in SFX. House of the Dragon. Oh, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly here on the cover. Yeah, September 2022. And... man, that was boring. It's like it was really bizarre. It seemed like it would have worked as a movie, as a 2-hour movie, as a 10-hour TV show. Really boring. It picked up towards the end when they were in the Imperial Prison Life. But still wasn't that great. Yeah, it was just, we had an episode where somebody got on a bus for an hour. And that was essentially it. It's really boring. It was like 1 plot point per hour episode. And the plot points weren't that great either, right? It just, nothing freaking happened. There was a character in it that they spent so much time on and was so pointless. It was like this loser Javert type like character who pursues Andor. But he was like a loser in the Star Wars universe, and you got to see lots of very street level Star Wars universe, and it just wasn't interesting, right? It wasn't interesting. Bottom line, as a movie, yeah, you strip out 80% of that. I said this show was basically almost entirely made out of deleted footage. Right? That's what it is. It's almost entirely made from deleted footage. And it was a boring ass 10 hours. That looked very pretty, but boring ass 10 hours. But over at the top we have House of Dragon, Game of Thrones is reborn. And oh boy, was it! I did not see that coming. Because I thought Game of Thrones was so incredibly destroyed. They could never resurrect it, which is going to show you. All right? What does it take to resurrect something? A good version of it, right? Which is why I think Rusty Davis Doctor Who is going to be successful. I think it's going to be good, because I don't think he can write crap, because I think that's just not him, right? I think he's a good writer. So the House of Dragons, yeah, boy, that was really good. That was a real jewel in the end. Boy, did they learn their lesson from Game of Thrones there. They really did. Paddy Considine, I probably won the MVPs of the year, right? That portrayal he did as the king in House of Dragon, freaking incredible. Like, absolutely freaking incredible. Really made a minor character into... which didn't do much, into an absolute giant of I would say cinema, of television. It's fantastic, right? Absolutely fantastic. But then we have another box out circle, Lord of the Rings, The Power of the Rings Begins. Boy, was that... I mean, like, how embarrassed is Amazon at this point, right? $1 billion on garbage that nobody watched. And it was garbage that nobody... It was excruciating. Like, why did they think an insufferable cunt, having a show about insufferable cunt would appeal to anybody? But more so, why would that appeal to people who like Lord of the Rings? It has no connection to Lord of the Rings whatsoever. And Middle Earth has apparently undergone some kind of racial holocaust where anybody with dark skin was killed. It'd be sometime between Power of the Rings and Second Age and the Third Age of Man. But yeah, what's going on is this. It's all about narcissism, right? Narcissism and lack of talent. That is what Power of the Rings of Power is. It's that narcissism and lack of talent, lack of ability, lack of effort, lack of work. Why is Middle Earth now full of black characters when it wasn't initially? It wasn't initially because it's supposed to be modeled on Europe in the Middle Ages, which had no black people in it, or very limited numbers of black people in it. Whereas today, there's lots of black people in it. Well, not about 8% of black people in it. They want to make it like 50%. So this isn't for black people to feel included. This is for rich liberals to feel good about themselves and nothing else, right? You got the awful characters that were like the half-foots. Everything about this failed. Everything about this failed. The Numenor decided to have man boobs on all their armor. Everything about this was a complete and total failure. Right? There was nothing that they'd fire everybody and start over. No, they decided to fire all the male directors because that was clearly the problem. What else we got? Tales of the Walking Dead, an undead anthology, don't care. Stranger Things bringing Vecna Type. That was actually quite a good article, right? I like that article. Plus, The Sandman. I mean, other than the agonizingly woke details, it was a very good adaptation. Frankly, I'm happy reading it as a comic book. I don't need to say it as I say very good. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The comic book version is still significantly better. Resident Alien bored me. I never finished the second season. Lock and Key, never finished the first season. Resident Evil, never bothered watching it at all. Them sounds awful. Lego Star Wars, it's got Star Wars made in present day. I'll give that a miss. Day Shift, don't know what it is. Aeon Flux, if it's the original one, I think people enjoyed it, not me. I'm not into anime. Aeon Flux, I think Aeon Flux. Predator, probably talking about Prey, I don't know. Little Demon, I Am Groot. 3,000 Years of Longing, that's what the last 5 years have been. It felt like 3,000 years of longing for something watchable to watch, right?
Attention all Daleks, look for these special Doctor Who packs of Weetabix. Each one has one of these 4 Doctor Who action games, 3 of these stand-up figures, and a secret message from the Time Lords. We must capture these special packs of Weetabix and exterminate.
Collect the special Doctor Who Weetabix packs and enjoy your daily wheat while stocks last.
Exterminate.
So finally, 2 months later, after Rossley Davis drops all this new news, we finally get the cover that's supposed to be about 2 months earlier for the Dalek movies. Probably Anthony Lamb. Anthony Lamb knocking it out the park this year, right? Absolutely knocking it out the park with this Doctor Who covers. I think they're really good. Love this one. Absolutely love this one. I do like the little cheeky Dalek spaceship in the background. So what's on this? So close you can feel their fire. That's from the trailer. I love that trailer. This is dated for August. What? Now I'm confused. I thought this was September. Oh yeah, I think they're whatever. Fine, this is still September. So close you can feel their fire. What was it? Inside Dalek Invasion of Earth, 2150 AD. The film that. And the film that never was, Doctor Who's Greatest Adventure. Yeah, I did a bunch of stuff on that. Right, I really enjoyed that because at the premiere for the 4K cut, they brought out the screenplay, which was awful. Really, it was a Doctor Who Insurgent of the Night of the Crabs with 2 doctors. They wanted John Pertwee and they're saying Sting as a younger Doctor, right? It didn't sound very. Yeah, it would have been fun. It would have been fun, but it didn't sound great. So what else? It was in this issue. Jason Fleming's That's Dalek Legacy. I didn't realize the actor Jason Fleming is the son of the guy who directed the Dalek movie. Okay, that's interesting. Segun Akinola reaching a crescendo. Boy. No one says diversity hire more than Segun Akinola, and it's a an insult to Segun Akinola to do that. An insult to any artistic professional to do that, because it's people should be hired because of their ability and their talent, not their skin color. He was only hired for his skin color, and you heard it in the score, right? You absolutely heard that in the score. It just didn't work. Same as Jodie Whittaker in Doctor Who, just did not in any way work. Nikki Wilson, a decade with the Doctor. Yeah, she was a producer for about. That was a boring interview as well. Again, she's very much a normie. Doesn't realize how bad Doctor Who was. Fact or fiction: the Zygon invasion, Zygon inversion. Great episode, apart from the ending, right? The point of that episode was that it was Doctor Who dealing with the ISIS, what ISIS is like in current day, like 2015, 2016, which was a thing, right? And the thing about ISIS is they are a group that will never, ever, ever give up on hatred, right? And Capaldi made a great speech about that talks them into giving up on hatred, and they do. No, that would never have happened. Dalek movie collectibles, I do like their collectible segment in Doctor Who magazine. Spare parts, I guess looking back at the Big Finish story, which is excellent, absolutely excellent. Everlasting Summer, my guess that's that was the Jodie's last comic strip. Thank God it's over. Fine, moving on to October now. Now we're in October. And God, that they had. Is this the month where they put Chucky on the cover because they didn't get any of the promotional material? No, it's either this month or next month that they put Chucky. They put something else on the cover because they didn't get it. was next month because they didn't get any promotional material from Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who. So yeah, look, man. You see the void of anything to watch. Chucky season 2. Didn't bother watching season 1. Didn't know there was season 1. But man, that Chucky is on the cover. That a spin-off TV show from a series of movies from the 80s. It is on the cover. It shows you how bad the state of genre is. Spider-Man turns 60. I'm just glad Stanley's dead and didn't see what the world came to. We celebrate 6 decades of web slinging. Not very well. Lord of the Rings. We meet the Rings of Power cast. Oh God! Again. When you have no ability whatsoever, fill it with identity politics, and that's all there is. Quantum Leap. Oh boy, Beckett's rebooted. I think Dan from the Spacebook channel watched it and said he wasn't bad. Not for me. Fate the Winx Saga. No, don't care. Hocus Pocus 2. Yes, that's nothing says Disney Plus more than Hocus Pocus fucking 2. Who wants Hocus Pocus 2? Who was going, oh man, I need me a bit more Hocus Pocus. I like, so yeah, there are other things they bought, like Willow. At least people went, oh, Willow. Nobody went, Hocus Pocus 2. Fuck me. Get me my subscription. Nobody did that. Are they out their minds? Crimes of the Future, don't know what it is. After Yang, don't know what that is. Star Wars Andor, boring as hell. Star Trek, probably crap. House of Dragon, excellent. Don't Worry, Darling. Oh, that was the really bad movie by what's her name again? Not Olivia Munn. Kind of like Olivia Munn. Hey, I'm going to look it up now. Don't Worry, Darling. Where they had the bloke who's playing Captain Kirk play Jordan Peterson by somebody who totally doesn't understand anything about... Olivia Wilde, right. Made by Olivia Wilde, who can't stand Jordan Peterson. Now, Olivia Wilde was openly having affairs on the set of a movie, breaking up a marriage with Jason Sudeikis. So, listen, if you have no moral value whatsoever, you will not like those who suggest and instill moral values, right? You will not like that. That is not for you. So, yeah, God, Don't Worry, Darling. Creep Show. Who else was in that? I didn't see it. That had Chris Pine in it. Chris Pine played a character based on Jordan Peterson. I don't think anything like that. It was Jordan Peterson. Creep Show, who cares? The original one was good. Fantastic Four, Smile, Scarlet Sisters, and Avengers Campus, which is basically the a Disneyland a new attraction that nobody's going to go to. Nobody cares. Man, I heard the Star Wars Hotel is at 25% capacity. Right, that's terrible. Everything being laid on. It's absolutely failed. Right, absolutely failed. Sadly, the only thing that succeeded about the Abominable Snowman reconstruction was this cover. This cover is awesome. And this guy does a bunch of these covers. Absolutely awesome. Let me look it up for a second. See if I can find the name of the guy. He does a bunch of these ones. He does these covers that. These posters based on classic stories that make it look like they're from, from the era. But hang on a second, I'm opening up the magazine now. I'm trying to find the cover artist. Where is it? Cover artist is Oliver Arkansas Jones. Yeah, freaking awesome. I love this. I wish the release was as good as this. This was the last of the animations. Jodie Whittaker killed the animations. I'm hoping Rusty Davis will bring it back in a far better form. This wasn't a great way to go out. It really. I mean, their take on the big bad villain at the end was really bad, right? Just really, really bad. Didn't work at all. Patrick Troughton looked like his coat looked too small. It didn't really work. Well, the animations, when they're good, it makes you feel like you're watching the episode. I would say Evil of the Daleks does that very well. Faceless Ones, Macra Terror. This really didn't, right? Gary Russell's team was not the best on this. Bernard Cribbins has passed away then. Oh, so sad. Very, very sad. We miss you, Bernard, right? Bernard, a national treasure. Absolutely was a national treasure. Yes, I agree. So they have a nice salute there to Bernard Cribbins. So lots about the great cover, okay? The cover's good, right? Rusty Davis, he can't stop him talking, even though he hadn't officially taken over Doctor Who at that point. Donald Cotton, kind of boring. Invasion Time and Fact and Fiction, Everlasting Summer, Collecting Scripts, and much more. There wasn't much more. Quite frankly, there were some ads. There wasn't much more. Fine, so this is the one. They were supposed to have a Jodie Whittaker cover, but they never, the production office never got them the things they wanted. But it was like, it was supposed to have Doctor Who on the cover. And they were pissed, and so they ended up going with Halloween Ends as the cover. Look at that. And Doctor Who relegated for Doctor Who, time's up for 13. Not bloody soon enough. Even though time was up for her in that she wasn't in that episode much at all. Thank God for that, right? Thank God for that. Black Adam, DC's anti-hero, has arrived. I've tried to watch that movie 3 times. Fell asleep every time. Not interested. Maybe if I have time today, I might try. But I doubt I'm going to have time. Not interested at all, right? Not interested. Interview with the Vampire, classic novels Reborn, not interested. I'm really not interested in most things coming out nowadays. The Walking Dead, God, that outlived its life. Hellraiser, Return of Pinhead. Why? Make up some new ideas. Devil's Hour. Now that's interesting. Devil's Hour was nearly a good show. Had Capaldi in it, had an interesting conceit, but didn't really work. But it was worth watching for Capaldi's performance, which is always good. Rick, meet Quacky Mother Duckers, okay? Halloween Ends until they bring it back again. Laurie Strode has had it officially. The Haddonfield saga concludes. Okay. Terrifier 2, don't know. Wolf by Night was a Disney thing, which I never saw. Half Bad, the series. My guess is it was probably all bad. Okay? I think it was probably all very bad. Half Bad, the series. Bring It On. Cheer or Die. Reginald the Vampire. Hollywood Halloween Horror Night. Spirit Halloween. Chucky. Midnight Club. Okay, none of this is anybody is vaguely interested in any way, shape, or form. Okay, no one is vaguely interested. Okay, not at all. Fine. So next up, we have to talk about the current year. So this must be October. So this is October 2022. We knew Janet Fielding was going to be there. Okay, so I would say Sacha Dhawan's master redeemed himself in that final episode. That final episode was garbage. Of course it was garbage. Okay, let's be absolutely clear. It was. They were still calling it the Centenary Special back then. Man, that wasn't a spoiler to tell you the name of it, right? That wasn't a spoiler at all. But I think the Master's plan, Master is Rasputin, his plan, all of that felt right? Jodie Whittaker was awful, nothing made sense. But if they want to bring Sacha Dhawan back as a master, I would not be against that. Janet Fielding, I meet a lot of Tegans. Yeah, me too, darling. Clueless Karens who think they know everything, all right? Who think they're fighting weightism and sexism. Have you heard her go on about people criticizing Jodie Whittaker? We've all moved on. We want it. Really? No, you haven't. It failed in every way fucking possible, you moron. Right? Yeah, no. It was very bad, right? It was very bad. Sophie Aldred, I'll jump out a window, no problem. She was a real standout in the episode. Again, bring her back, Russell. No problem with that at all. Patrick O'Kane, I thought they'd done away with me. Yeah, they brought you back in the most stupid way. He was a clone of the original one, and they never explained the original one. And it's such a shame, because it was actually a good idea. Right, it was actually a decent character and a good idea. Who would have believed such a thing? So they got absolute. He'll always find a way of coming back. That's kind of the master. Absolute power. I guess what they call it, the power of the Doctor. Exclusive 20-page preview to the 20th centenary special. And if they would just have actually spoiled something, like the old Doctors appearing, that probably would have got people to watch. Jodie in the amalgam costume, Sacha Dhawan in the amalgam costume, Sacha Dhawan, all those things would have got people to watch, right? But no. Didn't do that at all. Fine. So that was October, November. Now this is the December. Look at that. We're rounding the bend, baby. We're rounding the bend. We're coming up to 2023. Nothing says Disney Plus. Nothing says 2022. More than Hocus Pocus 2, obviously, but also Willow. What a piece of shit that was in the 80s. Let's bring that back. And apparently it was a piece of shit that nobody wanted to watch. Oh, look. Let's see if we can see something that will give us an indication what era this is from. You have an old white bloke in the front, right? He's the bait, right? And behind him is a switch of a bunch of women and non-white men. Okay, nobody minds there being women and non-white men on TV. We mind the bait and switch. Don't try and sell us Warwick Davis. And Warwick, mate, I hope you got paid well for this to debase yourself as you have, right? I hope you got paid well for this. Titans, Brother Blood has arrived. I kind of stopped watching Titans, I think, season 2. I thought Dove was kind of hot. That kept me on, but I just got bored. Black Panther, Return to Wakanda. Remember that? How soon that fell out the theater? How it completely tanked? Man, I forgot about Black Panther. And it came out this month. That's how forgettable it is. That's how much of a disaster the MCU has been, right? The MCU. It came out this month. How you forgot about it, right? Wakanda, Return to Wakanda. We are not alone. You people who are reading this magazine basically are alone. New sci-fi comedy from the Ghost team. Yeah, I think that was to replace Red Dwarf because people got greedy and they started suing each other and they stopped making Red Dwarf. The Peripheral. I've seen the first couple of episodes. Didn't really suck me in. Wednesday was okay. But it was made for girls. It was a girl drama set in a girls' school. Not really that interested. I like the representation of the Addams Family. I would have liked to see an Addams Family TV show, right? Yeah, I was kind of against Louise. whatever his name was, who was playing Gomez. But I think he did. I think it was that worked out, right? So yeah, but now second season, of course, they're going to make her gay, right? Well, we're looking to make. Why? Why does everybody have to be gay? Bones and all. Timothy Chalamet sinks his teeth in. Don't know what that is. Do not know what that is. Am I going to survive to next year? Who knows? Wait and find out. Star Trek Prodigy. Okay, never saw it. I saw the first few episodes. Wasn't terrible. Let the right one in. Batman. The Menu. Bruce Campbell. Secret Invasion. No one's watching that. Disenchanted. Incredible but true. Alan Moore, his new book came out. The Illuminations. It's a book of short stories. Very good. It takes me a long time to read because he really works with language and does interesting things with language, which necessitates you actually having to work hard, right? To actually work hard to understand it. Star Wars Andor still trudging along. Strange World flopped completely. Transformers, I think they're doing Beast Wars now. Who cares? Speaking of who cares about things, da-na-na-na, hey, goodbye. 2022 will stand out as we saw the back of these two incompetent morons. Thank God for that. Absolutely, 2022 will stand out as a great year for that one reason. They are absolutely miscast, incompetent morons. And again, Jodie Whittaker with some weird acting choices with her smug yet blank look expression on her face. Yeah, absolutely awful. Thank God it's gone. What was in this this issue? They whipped out the old costumes. That opening action scene wasn't bad. I have to tell you, it was quite a good pastiche on the what's I going to say? It was quite a good pastiche on a Matt Smith era opening. What else do they have in there? Interview, Master of Disguise, interview with costume designer Colin Lavers. When did he work? Did he work now? What are these costumes for? Can we see? Anthony Ainley. So this must be from the 80s then. Okay, fine. Corridors of Power, The Fact of Fiction, Journey Central TARDIS, the final chapter. Thank God, leave us alone. Go away. Never come back. Power of the Doctor exclusive preview. It'll be shit. And it's over. Thank God it's over. Season 2, disc by disc guide. That's excellent. I absolutely love that piece of merchandise. And Chris Chibnall tries to answer some questions, does a bad job, and they remake the sets pointlessly from Galaxy 4. It was really kind of pointless the first time they made the sets, quite frankly. If you ever seen that episode, the animation of that one's not too bad, though. I have to tell you. Fine, but she's gone. Forgone, and forever. Now, this is this is December. They do 13 issues a year. The Witcher Blood Origin. Blimey. I love seeing the insane confidence they have marching up to things like the Witcher Blood Origin. Yeah, thank you. Avatar Way of Water. Oh, flopped. A bit of a belly flop there, wasn't it, James? Yeah, that what happened when you wait 15 years and you to come up with a sequel, and it's all about wagging your finger in a Greta Thunberg-like way. Did you not see any episodes of Doctor Who? That didn't work for her. I don't understand why you thought it would work for you. Avatar, well, his Dark Materials. I only watched the first season of that. It seemed a bit boring. Maybe I'll check it out. The Rig, Fury from the Deep. That's what's the guy? The TV show by the guy from Line of Duty. Here, I said duty. In it. Doctor Who, 6th anniversary celebrations begun, and they make their own logo. I quite like that. Doom Patrol, the Butts are back. Haven't seen it. A Ghost Story for Christmas. Haven't seen this issue. It was Count Magnus. I haven't seen that one yet. I might go for today. I do like a bit of Ghost Story for Christmas. Merry Bloody Christmas. Didn't see this movie. Not every Santa. Christmas Eve. Not today, Santa. Christmas Eve is going to be a violent night. doesn't really do it for me. If you want to see a great violent Santa, may I recommend, what's the name? Fat Man, which I thought was absolutely excellent, right? Then we had Titans, Pinocchio. About 20 minutes into Pinocchio, that's weird. That's just weird on Netflix. Lots of Dave Bradley singing to his son, who we don't know who the mother is. Very strange. David Lynch, didn't read that. Muppet Christmas Carol. Oh, 4K upgrade. Not on Disney Plus outside America or in Israel so far, so I'm a bit miffed about that. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Batman Spawn, Michael Moorcock, more that I don't want to know about. But then Doctor Who magazine regenerates and everything is better again. David Tennant is the 14th Doctor. So the weird thing about David Tennant as the 14th Doctor is, well, first his costume changed as well. I've noticed his waistcoat and pants are very similar to the toy makers, right? So Neil Patrick Harris, assuming he's playing the toy maker. But the magazine got better instantly. That new logo, which is staying way beyond the 60th, helps it so much. Everything about it's good. But David Tennant keeps playing it. Every time I see him on screen in the trailers, he's very grumpy, right? The comic strip, which goes straight from Power of the Doctor into the specials, it's like the hour in between the two. He's very David Tennant-y, I don't tell you. Rusty Davis starts spilling the beans. How it all began, right? How it all began. And then look at that. We got this year. They had the extra issue. This was December. Beautiful, beautiful Anthony Lamb cover, right? This was the last one that just came out. What else was in this issue? My Life as a Dalek. That was the only thing that was boring in that issue, right? Unsilent Witness, this was reasonably dull too. Everything else was good. Doomsday, Fact and Fiction, Secrets of the Daleks versus Cyberman Clash. Win, Jodie Whittaker stuff, who cares? Millie Gibson arrives. Yes, 2022 also will be good for that. The arrival of Millie Gibson in I would say, one or two warm splatterings of pleasure across my chest. Rusty Davis does his 12 Days of Christmas again, which I love. Glad to see that back. Christmas specials that never happened. I made a video about that. And Picture Perfect, Old Masters of Program Art. Yes, we've got a lot of very good art books out. Fine! I think we're ready! I think we're ready for the big countdown for 2023!
I thought surgery was difficult. Routing the power.
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive.
That's all the time we have.
I am alive. One.
Everybody, I hope this year gives you everything you want, whatever you want out of life. Make it happen, make it real, make it the best year you can make it be, make it the best year you had. Be the best version of you can be, if I may quote a very, very smart man. Always try and be good, but never fail to be kind. If we can all do that, we are going to have one awesome new year, and that is my blessing to you and everybody watching.